boy from Los Angeles. I'm serious. Welcome everybody to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles panel! How are you guys doing? My name is Andre and we run the YouTube channel Black Nerd Comedy. Thank you so much. Big fan of Ninja Turtles. Been watching it since the 80s. Been watching all the movies, all the different versions of the series, and a huge fan of this version here on Nickelodeon. You guys liking the show so far? Lots of Turtle fans are in the house. Well, we're not going to waste any time. We want to bring all these people out because I'm sure we got lots of questions, lots of sneak peeks, lots of cool stuff that's going to happen in this panel. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'm going to bring out the people that make it all happen behind the scenes, the executive producer and the head writer of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Give it up for Cyril and Ray Norman!
How you guys doing? Hello, San Diego.
And I believe we have some voice actors here today. So starting off, you may have seen this guy in the show as a human, Starenko, but now you see him as a rhino.
Yeah!
Rock steady.
Yeah!
Let's give a big round of applause for Fred Tatasciore! Next up, new to the Turtles universe, but a very beloved character. You know him as Tiger Claw. Yeah! Give it up for Eric Balda!
Last time I wore my Tiger Claw shirt, today I'm wearing my Hung shirt.
Nice!
And of course, these guys work for the evil mastermind, the main villain behind this show, the Shredder himself, Kevin Michael Richardson!
How y'all doing?
Yeah!
All right. Got some new recruits in the audience, all right? We got a lot of villains up here. We need to bring up some turtles, right? You know him, you love him. He's the funster, he's the joker. He goes booyaka shy every chance he gets. Give it up for Michelangelo Rex! This next guy, if you're an old school Turtle fan, you might remember him as Raphael, but nowadays he's a smooth Donatello. Rob Paulson! But the torch has been passed, the new Raphael on the team. Give it up for Sean! And finally, the leader in blue does everything he takes to get his ninjas through. Give it up for Leonardo!
Yes!
Good morning so far, right?
Yeah!
So we are right now in the thick of season 3 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which has been a good season so far. Really been enjoying it. A lot of mature things have happened this year. You know, maturity, I would say, is like the biggest theme of this. And one of the big things is that the Turtles had a little bit of a defeat and had to retire to the farmhouse for a little bit. Farmhouse episodes. So can you tell us what that experience was like, being in a new location and having to have this time for the Turtles to reflect on what happened?
Well, I mean, I think it was, I was always a big fan of that story arc in the Turtles, in the original Mirage series, you know? And it was like, leading up to it, we had to actually get Leo there too. So Leo was going through a lot of physical problems, and through that he was facing a lot of fears and personal kind of doubt. And that farmhouse and that kind of setting was kind of a good place for the Turtles to kind of lick their wounds and kind of, you know, get their mojo back. And it was also nice, I always wanted to see, since the beginning, I always wanted to see the Turtles in nature. You know, we forget that they don't really live, turtles don't naturally inhabit New York City. We're so used to that, you know? So it's like, man, what would it look like if the turtles were meditating on a rock in the stream? amazing. So yeah, that was something I always wanted to do, and you know, that's one of the reasons third season is kind of my favorite right now.
And while they were at the farmhouse, I noticed a lot of references, Brandon, to some horror elements. We had a little bit of Friday the 13th, a little Nightmare on Elm Street. Was that a fun thing to get them in that location to play a little bit more of the horror elements of the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cyril and I are huge horror fans. I mean, we drop references to Nightmare on Elm Street, like you said, Evil Dead, you know, The Thing, all of our favorite 80s horror movies. I mean, and you're going to see more horror references as we go, but you know, we grew up watching all these amazing horror films, so we wanted to incorporate as much as we could into season 3, and I know these guys are big horror fans as well, so yeah. What did you guys think of all the horror stuff? Are you into it? Excellent. Tell the Nickelodeon executives that you love horror. You want more.
Yeah.
And you also brought a new team to season 3 to help the Turtles out, the Mighty Mutanimals. So what was it like, Cyril, bringing that back, and will we ever see them again?
The Mighty Mutanimals was, I mean, yeah, definitely coming back. There's definitely some lineup changes that we're going to be able to do along the way. Some characters that might join the Mighty Mutanimals could be Muckman in the future. No, Muckman's here in the audience, actually, Grant. Yeah! You guys want to bug him later for autographs.
And also Robbie Rist, who plays Mondo Gecko. Yeah! It's an original Michelangelo from the 1990 movie.
And that's something that's interesting about the show, is you bring these classic characters back, but you do different versions of them. Is that a balance, particularly with the Turtle fan base, who can be very vocal sometimes? Is it an interesting mix of bringing back a classic character, but at the same time making it your own?
Well, yeah, that's the goal. It's like we want to bring back these classic characters, you know, from the comics, from the OG, you know, 80s and 90s Turtle cartoon. Like, we just want to, I mean, we love these characters. We want to bring them back. We want to put our own spin on it, you know? Like, we don't want to just rehash it. We want to do something cool and different and unique and just have fun with it. I mean, we love these characters and we want to just, you know, bring them to life.
Awesome. Well, they're doing a great job, right? So I definitely want to talk to these cast members a little bit about their experience on the show. It's been really good. First off, actually a couple weeks ago, I actually got to see them do a voice recording session. And let me tell you, anybody that thinks voice acting is just like, oh, they just get them talking microphone. No, these guys work hard. They were doing multiple takes. They had to bring emotions to their lines. This is really hard work, and they're doing a really great job. We should give them thanks for that. So one of the things, Seth, I was remember after the session, something you talked about that I thought was really interesting. Of course, they do all the dialogue, but all the grunts and fights and the noises that you hear, those aren't sound effects. That's you guys doing those. So what is bringing the emotion to just random noises like that?
Well, I always assumed after recording, you know, literally thousands of kind of things that they built a sound bank that was labeled specifically and could be drawn from, but you know, we actually do new sounds every scene.
Yeah, Seth insists on punching me in the stomach for the...
Yeah. Well, you gotta get that realism, and the way that your lungs expel air, it's different when you're doing it yourself versus with your head, right? So, well, I mean,
let's show them.
You want to? Okay.
Hold on. Okay, ready?
Andre, call action.
That was great. Years of training.
By the way, the person that yelled action right there is the wonderful Andrea Romano.
Yeah. Andrea Romano.
Yeah, that's the truth, because Andrea will be like, hey, so it's gonna be a high end, you do 3 in a row, so it's a leap and then a hit, which is a fall to an impact, so it's hit,
And then we just put on a James Brown record and it's the same.
Looping is when they finished all the animation, but you're going back because your sounds didn't exactly match the ones that they did, so you've got to kind of, no, I think his mouth is going, I'm not quite sure.
kind of a gritted teeth, but it's open right here, so it's yeah! You love that.
And Seth, how has it been, because Leonardo's going through a lot of changes with dealing with Karai and learning new things from Splinter, and then obviously you were changed by being the new voice of Leonardo for the series. So,
Thanks, man.
yeah. Do you feel this is Leonardo's like steps to becoming the true leader, and then how has it been for you being a part of the cast as the?
It's been amazing. I deeply love the Turtles as a property, and so getting to be a part of it, especially in this role, is insane for me. And I love acting, so I try really hard to be good in all the scenes. And I've also known all these guys for a long time, so we have an incredible rapport and comfort with each other as performers, which is great. And everybody knows what they want, so it's very easy to follow.
Well, one of the cool things I noticed, particularly again in the Farmhouse episodes, when Leonardo was injured, Raphael kind of stepped up. He's usually the hothead, he's usually the one with the attitude, but it seemed like you had a lot of scenes where you were very compassionate towards Leonardo, you kept the spirits up for Donatello, Mike, and Casey. Is that a fun balance to play with that character who sometimes can have this gruff side, but at the same time that soft side shows?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun for Brandon and Ciro to take a character who's known for being this badass tough guy and kind of playing against it, letting be, yeah, like you said, a little more thoughtful, and I think he also gains a little bit of respect for what Leo's role as a leader is. You know, it's not all you know. It's easy to sit back for Raph and be like, come on, what are you doing? What? Let's do this, let's do that, and question him. And then when he's got to step in and lead, it's like, you know, it ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Leo Raph fight, but I really do like those moments when you're compassionate towards each other.
And I really enjoy getting to take advantage of that. Leo all the time is meant to be stern and serious and in control and more mature than the other turtles, and it was really fun to get to explore his vulnerability, get to explore, you know, where his real teenageness is.
Now, Sean, I couldn't help but notice in a couple episodes, there was an episode where the turtles larped. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Raphael wasn't a fan of rings in that episode. There was another episode where you came up from underwater and you were upset there wasn't a sunken pirate ship there. Do you appreciate these little nods and references to Sean's past?
Rudy.
Yeah, I love it. I love when I kind of look around like, did they mean that? Is that like an accident? They know that's like a Goonies thing, right? Like, oh, they did that on purpose. Okay, yeah, cool, awesome, love it, great. It's great.
It's always fun on a Monday.
And then you get like, oh, sorry, sir.
It's alright. It's just I was just walking in and seeing you and Corey Feldman together on the couch.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Like I just went to work in 1986.
1986 is ready to go back to work anytime you're ready for us. We were talking about how Raph does, you know, sensitive side. He's got Spike. I mean, those first scenes with Spike when he's like talking softly to him and it's his pet and he loves him. I was loving that. And then it turns into Corey. And you're like, ah, that's awesome.
Rob, Donatello, you had a bit of a fling with Bigfoot in this. So you learned some lessons about, you know, what it's like to love and not love. Does this mean that from that we'll see Donatello seeing April more as a friend, or do we think that Apritello is still a thing that's going to be going on?
I hope it's Apritello. I mean, you know, Bigfoot is a fine dancer and a generally decent being, but really just stinks. Just so smelly. And April doesn't. She smells great. I am grateful to play any character anytime in which I get anybody to give me a smooch. So I'll take it. Thank you, pal. Take care of you right now, buddy. I gotta tell you, the opportunity to be loved up by Bigfoot was something I will probably never ever forget, irrespective of how much therapy I get. But the opportunity to have Apritello, and we were talking about this earlier in a press thing upstairs. I love the fact that there is this really cool, unrequited romance between Donnie and April, and then you throw Casey Jones, Josh Peck into the mix, and it adds a totally unique spin to the franchise. And I would submit that it also adds a bunch of viewers who are interested in the romantic aspect of it, which I love. I think it's really cool. I travel around a lot, and I get a lot of younger girls who say, oh my God, I love Apritello, it's so cute, it's so great. That's fantastic. And I am the very fortunate beneficiary of all that love. The creep factor notwithstanding, as I am 3 times older than Mae Whitman, but she's still just gorgeous. Aren't you glad you asked me?
No. I think that was the nice legal answer you could say. Greg, what's fun about Michelangelo is, he sometimes is the jokester and has fun, but we've seen a couple of times where the Turtles went to Dimension X. And when they go to Dimension X, Michelangelo is the leader. He's the high car. So what is it like playing that part where you're one way on Earth, but then when you go to Dimension X, you're in charge?
Well, it's like people are actually finally seeing me for who I really am.
Yeah.
The leader of the Turtles, the brains behind everything. So yeah, now you all know. It feels good.
And why do you think it's Michelangelo that connects with the New Mutants? Like, of course, we had the episode where Michelangelo and Mondo Gecko got to hang out. And what is it like for you to see that Michelangelo has this connection and bond with New Mutants, like naming them and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, Mikey loves naming things, as do I in real life. But Mikey just has an open heart and open mind. He's accepting of everybody and everything until they cross him or cross the Turtles, and then you better watch out. Yeah, it's cool. I like hanging out with other mutants. Don't you?
Greg, I think that's the point of why everyone's here.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's
kind of redundant.
And speaking of mutants, Fred, you became a mutant, or Serengo became a mutant. One of the most popular and most requested mutants on the show.
I am appreciating this, thank you.
So when did you find out that you were going to now become Rocksteady, and what did you want to bring different to this character?
I was not aware, I didn't realize I'm stuck in the voice. This is what happened when you do voiceover, you get stuck, I can't tell. No, I didn't, I didn't realize that, I didn't realize it was going to go that way. I was playing a very cold-hearted, kind of comical, illegal arms, terrible criminal kind of guy, Ivan Starenko. And I then seeing the turning into the mutant, I guess I wanted to bring a little more. I didn't realize how much humor we were going to have. It ended up being so funny, and playing off of JB Smoove is just wow. So we end up being these villains that are kind of fun. They're sort of almost friends, but not really, and we keep messing up. And so it's just a blast. So I just wanted to give him, I think we're finding out that he's actually deep down inside kind of a softie. He just wants to get along. Gee, I want to do well, I think turtles are kind of cool, but I will hurt them, It's been fun, a lot of fun. I'm honored to do it, man. It's such an incredible character to.
I love you, Fred Tanner Shore.
I love you too. Over there, you man.
Now we've got a lot of classic mutants on the show getting revised, but Eric, you've voiced a brand new character on the show. So were there any nerves? Again, like I said, Turtle fan base can be very vocal. Were you nervous at all bringing this new character, and how did you felt seeing that it's being so positively received?
Oh yeah, these guys have set up such a grand stage, and again, any voiceover artist's dream is to, take a stab at something that is considered a classic character. But in my case, for Tiger Claw, it's like, wow, I get to join this universe and give it my own original spin, and really it's like my dream, maybe 20 reboots from now, another young Filipino-Canadian might have a shot at this voiceover game.
I will pass the torch to you.
But yeah, it's been a thrill, and I'm so thankful to the fans, you guys, to have the response that it has.
And Kevin, Kevin, you've had a very interesting arc, particularly with Shredder and Cry, because you still see this passion, that was your daughter, even though we know the whole backstory behind it. But at the same time, you're putting mind control worms inside of her, trying to use her as a weapon. Is that something that's challenging or interesting for you as Shredder to sort of go through these different range of emotions for this villain as opposed to just being like stock villain?
Well, I think Shredder's just misunderstood.
No, yeah, he's definitely, well, I mean, the guy's just bent on vengeance and, you know, living a lie. So, personally, he's a little messed up, you know. I mean, he's a deep cat. Yeah. And he's just into power, you know, and what do people with power want? More power. And that's what Shredder's basically all about.
Yeah. And what better power than that powerful voice?
Yes. Yeah, I'm Kevin Michael.
I do all his ADR when he's not there. And I could be Greg Sykes too, You really want to go there, dude? You really want to go there?
I'm gonna get you.
No, you want to go there? Okay, alright, I tell you what, you be the 300-pound black guy, okay? Alright. I mean, 299
I love the show, I love it a lot.
You got a little cowabunga shredhead going on right now. I'm glad somebody got that reference. I appreciate it. You guys do great voices. I think we should see them do some voices. You guys see that?
Before we get into that, I think it would only be appropriate to bring up Andrea Romano.
Andrea Romano.
So we were
Up here, gorgeous.
So we were mulling around thinking like, oh, what scene from the show could we bring up to do a table read? And then it was decided, you guys are fans, you guys are here. Why don't we give you an exclusive mini episode, exclusive just to San Diego Comic-Con, just for you guys for being here. You're getting the whole episode. So whenever they're like, there's 100 sometimes you go, no, it's 101 because I went to Comic-Con. You don't know about that episode. You're not a Shooter fan. So I'm gonna give the setting for you and then we'll go right into this. So the setting is, the Turtles find out that there is a place for them to investigate where the Shredder may be hiding. They have to leave New York City and go to San Diego to attend a certain comic convention. Just to see what's going on. That is the scene set. Let's see what happens.
That's you over there.
Oh, do you want to read a Sam?
I'll have to. Sure.
Leo, Raph, Donnie, and Mike are incognito at San Diego Comic-Con. They're wearing the classic trench coat disguise as they try to blend in with the crowds.
Whoa, look at all the people. Look at all the crazy cosplay, yo.
That's cosplay? I actually thought most of them were mutants.
Yeah, real funny, Raph. Guys, this is incredible. This is the one time we can actually go out in public and mingle with real people.
Yeah, dressed like flashers. That's great, Donnie.
Dude, look over there, man. I think that dude's cosplaying mazes and mutants. Yo, dude, stand up. Stand up. Yeah, you fantasy guy. Come on. I knew we should have come in our LARPing costumes, dudes.
Turtles dressed as elves, dwarves, and hobbits make zero sense. Seriously. Turtle hobbits?
What are you talking about, Raph? I just saw a girl dressed as Optimus Prime, Cobra Commander, and Papa Smurf at the same time.
It's called crossplay, dude. It's the new shiznick.
Whoa, hold on. Look at that. Is she supposed to be April? Stand up, April. Now that is a cutie.
I just want to drive the turtleneck over all these crowds. There's a line for everything.
And the bathrooms. Oh, man, our sewer is cleaner. I have seen things living inside those toilets that would turn your shell green, dude.
Guys, be serious. We have to look out for Shredder. Wait, why are there so many people dressed as Shredder? With costumes consisting mostly of tinfoil. Anyone in the audience dressed as Shredder, stand up.
Oh.
Do we have any girl shredders out there? Can I get a what? Can I get a what?
What?
Master Shredder, I regret to report that the exclusive Legend of Korra Chief Bay Fallen statue is sold out.
What? How can they not make enough? I must have that statue. Do you know how much it's already going for on eBay? Find out who is in charge of production and have them destroyed.
Of course, Master Shredder.
Starenko, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to hold our place in line for HRH.
It's not my fault. Standing in line all the day is boring. And I only missed the panel for Star Wars. The Force was still sleeping and then it woke up. Because this panel makes none of the sense.
You fool! Mark Hamill was at that panel. I told you I wanted his autograph!
I am sorry. I have been busy looking for the Megan Fox. Oh boy, she make my horn tingle.
Shredder and his goons!
Look, his fans dressed up like turtle ninjas. Very lifelike. Those are the real turtles, you imbecile.
Destroy them!
Let's raise some shell!
Wait, guys, we can't fight in here. All the people. Plus, we will get kicked out.
He brings up the good point. I still need to get the Chief Beifong statue. Bending the earth, yes.
Yeah, we tried that one already, brah. Sold out.
Very well. I will let you live this time, Turtles. As soon as I get out of the robot chicken panel, I assure you. You will meet your doom.
You know, I heard that Seth Green is much taller than he looks in the movie. Is he robot or chicken?
Lies!
Shredder exits with his henchmen.
Well, that was disappointing. No butt kicking, huh? I'm gonna go check out those Hobbit plushies.
I mean, I gotta tell you, Rev, you're a hard Hobbit to break, but... You guys do your thing. I'm gonna go talk to that April cosplayer.
Yeah, I think I see a Karai cosplayer out there. I'm all over that like Mikey on pizza.
I'll give that a Comic-Con level. Bring a shot!
So let's keep on this train of new. You guys want to see some new stuff? Yeah! You guys want to should we just play it?
I've set up a little bit. Basically, we haven't aired episodes for a while, so sorry guys, but we're coming back in August. Yeah. So stay tuned. This one's a little farther ahead, so you guys are getting a real early sneak peek. I kind of rushed it along, so some caveats, no effects are in here, some temp stuff, but yeah, this is a kind of interesting story where the turtles kind of make an unlikely ally that might backfire on them. It's a little bit of it. Let's roll it.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, it was really funny, kind of like, oh yeah, now you're gonna have Triceratons, and you're gonna have to use the same sets, and he's about 5 feet wide.
Right.
Yeah, so
huge.
it's like, he's huge. I think he's like twice as tall as any turtle and just as wide as a turtle.
Yeah, and the Krognard cartoon you guys just watched, obviously it's not finished, that's the animatic, so you're gonna see the full episode coming out in a few months.
Although that looks pretty close to the finished version.
It's supposed to be low-rent animation, obviously, so, but yeah, the new episodes coming out are just really fantastic, guys. I can't wait for you to see them.
And who was the voice of it?
That's Lance Henriksen.
Nice!
Lance Henriksen, who was in Alien, he was in Starship and Aliens, he was in Near Dark, he was in the first Pumpkinhead, the first Terminator.
Yeah, we're big Lance Henriksen fans.
Yeah, obviously.
Wow. And he just kind of fits that character automatically so well.
Nice.
But yeah, it was really challenging. I think we all kind of took stab at like drawing your favorite, your take at a Triceratops, and everyone kind of drew the same thing. And then Felipe Smith kind of finalized that design, and it's just really amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, do you have any other characters you want to show us while we're
Well, season 4 is coming up, and with season 4 comes a whole slew of new characters. So let's see who's up first. Okay, so the first challenge we had was, all right, you're bringing the Triceratons in. There's we're opening the world up. It's a little bit more of an intergalactic battle. Earth is looming in the balance there.
Right.
And the turtles have to kind of go out in space a little bit. I've always been a really big fan of the Mirage stuff when they went to space around issue 5. And what I really like is actually there's a manual companion for the role-playing game that was like all things turtles in space.
Yeah, we're big fans of RPG games, and we grew up playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles role-playing game, so we had to incorporate that somehow into it.
So the trick was, how do you keep your turtles looking like turtles and make them able to live in space in any temperature? So there we are. We created these kind of cosmic jumpsuits for them that we've kind of dubbed the metal mutants. The turtles are now the metal mutants, and we're pretty happy with them. There's actually a shameless plug. Go buy the figure at the booth. Right. Brandon and I signed them all the other night.
Yeah, it took like 19 hours.
This is my favorite. All right, anytime you want to do, you got to come up with something that's the most evil, the most disgusting thing possible, and then Brandon comes up with a million crazy ideas like, he should have hands that become spiders, and he should be made of living bugs, and he's the king of all insects, and then I'm like, yeah, I got you.
And then Zero just went crazy with it and came up with something really epic. I mean, he's one of my favorite characters of season 4. He's fantastic. Lord Dreg.
If you look close, he's got all kinds of bugs swarming around.
Right. And if you guys recognize, Peter Stormare does the voice. Now, he was in Fargo. He was one of the villains in Fargo with the wood chipper, if you remember that. He's played the devil in like a zillion movies, and he's a fantastic actor. He's perfect for Lord Dreg.
He's a nihilist. He cares nothing about these turtles.
Yeah, he was in The Big Lebowski. I mean, come on.
I care not about you, turtles.
Wow.
And, now that we have introduced Triceratons, you guys got to see Zod.
Yeah.
That's a Triceraton that's been separated from his recon team. But what happens is seeing all these guys in their own planet. And we've created all the ranks. We've filled out the ranks of Triceratons. Michael Dorn being our key.
And you guys know Michael Dorn from Star Trek The Next Generation as Worf? So, I mean, he's perfect to play the leader of the Triceratons.
His voice is stunning.
He's amazing.
Wow.
Armagon.
We like the idea of being in space, and you're going to need a bigger boat. So, and I thought,
you gotta love a shark inside of a mechanical shark. Voiced by Ron Perlman. And Hellboy's one of my favorites. I mean, I love the comics and the movies. So.
All right, guys, we need a medical team here. Toka's freaking out. It's awesome. All right, so he's basically a giant shark that's in an even bigger shark, kind of like space skid sled, and he eats spaceships.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And we tried to, pay respect to Peter Laird. I hope that Peter loves this, truly.
Every single day on our Facebooks and our social media, you don't have to ask about Mona Lisa anymore.
This is the reason I left Facebook.
Yeah, she's finally coming, and Raph is going to have a relationship with her, and she's played by.
You mentioned it at Comic-Con. Am I allowed to talk about it? Because I've been wanting to talk about this.
Now you can finally talk about it, Sean.
Being on The Bachelor.
Wow.
And she's played by Zelda Williams, who's Robin Williams' daughter, and she's a fantastic actress.
Yes, she is. Mona Lisa too is we tried to tie it into our storyline. I mean, we love the old stuff, but it kind of fit that she was from the race of Salamandarians, which you guys may remember Neutralizer as well. So she's one of his kind.
She's
and we'll be seeing more of them as well.
Yeah, they're in a lot of season 4, so I hope you guys are excited.
Is that anymore, or?
I don't know. I mean, another thing is that we're really big science fiction fans. We love sci-fi. We're huge fans of British science fiction. There's certain things like a certain space doctor we're really big fans of. Doctor Who? Doctor Who? I don't know about a doctor. Doctor what? David Tennant, you're gonna love season 4.
That's amazing. Those are some awesome characters, right? Awesome. I can't wait to see these. And you said the show comes back in August, right?
August 2nd, I think. We start off with the Turtles in Time episode, which is one of my favorites.
Nice. Awesome. Well, we have a few minutes left. I know we got some people already lined up. We got Michelangelo right in the front, so we're going to take some questions here. Just real quick, we've only got a few minutes left. One question and keep it brief so we can get the answers out there. So go ahead, little Mikey.
I was thinking about the cartoon of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's awesome. And would Michelangelo go back to the Dimension X and be leader again?
Does Mikey want to go back to Dimension X and be leader again?
Dude, everything's Dimension X now, man. It's all Dimension X, Mikey said. But we do go back, don't we?
We do go back, yes.
Yeah, man. It's on. It's happening. Nice costume.
Yeah. Great job, buddy.
Let me hear you say booyakasha.
Booyakasha!
That's how we're trying to do. Really quick, is Christian Lance here?
Yes.
Is he here? Fish face? Oh, yeah. He does.
Awesome.
That's a charming fish, man.
Will Mikey ever, will the Crane ever come back, try to take over the world instead of just New York? Then once they're done with their plans, go to New York when they have their huge empire?
Yes. No, absolutely. Like in the new season, I mean, just keep watching. As you saw, the Krang suddenly appeared in that clip, and they're coming back, and the storyline just gets bigger and crazier than ever. So you guys are gonna love what's coming up in season 4. Thanks for the question.
There's a lot of, real quick, there's a lot of the crew out here in the panel. I think out in the audience, aren't there? I know the sound team's out here. Jeff's here. Who's here?
I see Rie Koga right there who drew our picture.
Real quick, just stand up and wave, and then we'll go back to questions.
Yeah, everybody that wants on the show, stand up.
Alright, so we're gonna go out the back door. You guys harass them. Yes.
Noted.
I was wondering, in all the season, which is your favorite episode?
Favorite episodes?
In all the
Right now, mine is probably, it changes because I make them every 2 weeks. But it's usually the one I just finished. But when I look back fondly, I love when Leo was finally ready to go back to New York, and they, the Mystic Ninja one, where they're in the woods, centering themselves. Those kind of got me in the heart. You have a favorite, Brian?
I like them all. I'm a big fan of all of them, but I love all the Dimension X stuff. I love all the horror stuff, and the space season coming up is really amazing.
Yeah, my new favorite one is the first episode of season 4. You guys haven't seen it yet, so.
Did the cast have any favorites?
I don't think I could all of them as well. Yeah. I just like seeing how many times you could hit Tiger Claw in the head and he survives. He's becoming like the Wile E. Coyote of the show. Steps out of range.
Hello, my name's Alan, and I've been a fan of TMNT versus... Say... Oh, wait.
Take 2.
Breathe, relax.
Anyway, as we all know, a lot of mutants have been popping out of the world due to the Turtles' coincidental accidents, and the Starters, well, mutations experiments. I can't help but to wonder, will there be any sort of anti-mutant movement in future seasons?
Like any kind of like anti-mutant movement or league or anything like that?
In season 4, there's definitely a kind of anti-mutant arc. But you'll have to see. We don't want to say too much because that's later on in the season. But you're gonna see some really cool episodes coming up where it's humans versus mutants who want to take mutants down.
Looking forward to it.
And you'll get to see a little bit more of the Earth Protection Force as well.
Have you ever thought of making clone evil Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Evil Turtles. We do, and we're actually going to replace Rob with Sulu.
I don't think that's a good idea. Frank.
It's our own little mirror. It'll be fun.
Good question. Thanks.
Hey there. This is gonna go to Seth. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love you three too. Anyway though,
Stop trying to break up the band.
anyway though, being the voice of Leonardo, did the character somehow inspire you to become a good leader in real life? Because because Leo inspired me for over 2 decades.
Well, I take that responsibility really seriously, and getting to play this role, like I understand what Leo means to the fans of the mythology, because it means the same thing to me. So, I don't know that playing this role made me any better in my real life. I like being able to follow a leader as much as I cherish the opportunity to lead when it's most appropriate. But yeah, dude, I take that. Leo's my wife's favorite character. Like there's like a hey, don't mess this up kind of thing.
When we were recasting,
them up to the mic, so
Yeah.
But I dig it, man. I appreciate that. And
No
the
problem.
blue you're wearing.
Huh?
And the blue that you're wearing.
Oh yeah, because blue's my favorite color, and Leonardo made me love blue.
Thanks. I can't take credit for that, but I'm with you.
we're switching Leonardo to wear pink actually next season. So.
Wait, you said Mikey was gonna be pink.
I think Mikey would look better in pink.
Mikey's a vegetarian hot dog today.
Anyway, this is going to be a quick question. What's it like working with guest stars like Gilbert Gottfried?
Gilbert Gottfried is amazing. He is. I mean, we love Gilbert, and he's hilarious. And he also loves like classic monsters, which is awesome.
I'm trying to figure out a way to get Gilbert as Dracula.
Gilbert as Dracula would be great, but no, I mean.
Something like I want to suck your blood now. And I gotta say, there aren't too many Jews in the turtle world, so I'm very glad to be there.
My question is, did you ever think of like reprogramming a foot soldier that the turtles killed and re-putting it back and letting it spy on Shredder?
Brandon, I think you found your new story out of that.
It's the next writer for Turtles.
We're actually interviewing right now. Like, that was pretty good.
If I pay you in comic books, will you work for me?
No.
He's fielding offers right now.
Email me your contact info.
Great question.
Turtles will be over by the writers.
I like that.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi. All right, thanks.
My name is Nina, and I have a million questions for you.
I see what you did there.
But I will just ask you one very profound one. What is your favorite pizza topping?
Favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
I'll say turtle. Hot fudge, marshmallow, tuna fish, and Dorito.
I'm a simple kind of cheese person. But I will appreciate some good pepperoni.
I like avocado.
Thank you, California boy.
Us too?
Yes.
What's yours?
Bacon.
Mine to include bacon.
Another pizza.
Peanut butter. Olives or craig?
Anchovy. No, I'm just kidding. I hate anchovy. I love all the toppings. I'm a meat lover, so.
I guess I'll round that out. I like mushrooms. Yeah. You can tell from some of these.
I like pineapple on mine. Next.
My name is Riley, and I just wanted to know if you thought that the fight between Shredder and Splinter has shifted to be more personal between Shredder and Leonardo.
I think that's the whole point, right? Yeah, it's going to get to him. I mean, we're going to see a lot more of that, but that hits really close to home, and I think I think Leo's role, like taking care of his brothers and that responsibility he has, is like you see how amplified that is when he sees his master in danger. So yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you. This is our last question.
Last, but the best.
Yes, but the best.
I'm Caitlin, and I was wondering if you guys like pizza as much as the turtles do.
Of course we do,
Caitlin, what kind of question is that? Of course we love pizza as much as the turtles.
I'm made of pizza.
I can eat pizza literally for every meal all the time.
Yeah. Isn't it called vitamin P? I'm supposed to get vitamin P every day.
Can't live without pizza, it's like air.
It doesn't sound right coming out here.
This is like the worst dietary nutrition advice. Young Americans.
Good for the soul.
Thank you, sweetie.
So yes.
Happy Comic-Con, Caitlin. Caitlin, first Comic-Con?
Is this your first Comic-Con, sweetie?
No.
Raise your hand if it's your first Comic-Con.
How many is this? How many is this for you?
Oh.
There you go. Welcome to the party.
Thank you all for work.
She has a panel right after this. You gotta clear the room for her panel.
I'm late for Hall H. I'm actually moderating Star Wars.
Sorry, Caitlin. We'll let you get to your panel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Can I just tell you, please don't tell her, but if you see April O'Neil, you're so much cuter. Just don't tell her, okay? Don't tell her.
Hey, April, guess what I just heard?
You're not gonna believe what Donnie just said.
You were about to ask him out.
You have my back, guys.
Meanwhile, in jail.
This has been a great time. This has been wonderful. Let's give a big round of applause to these guys. Absolute blast. Thanks so much for coming to the panel.
Please do not come up to the stage. Do not come up to the stage. Once again, please do not go up to the stage. Do not go up to the stage. I'm sorry.
Bye, Seth.
Done. Yeah, that's good, Andre. And that was brother. Wheels.